Industrial instrumentation, topic element of instrumentation. Let's say we have a system. We can divide all the components and instrument to several items in elements of instrumentation. The first one is data acquisition. Data acquisition where we try to gather all the input from the sensors before we send to the control side. Under this element, data acquisition is signal conditioning and analog digital converter. Okay. If you go back to the example, so where is the data acquisition system? The data acquisition consists of this TT. TT is a temperature transmitter. So this will be the sensors that measure the temperature of this reactor. Okay. From the temperature transmitter, the data will be sent to the temperature controller. Alright. So what is signal conditioning? So signal conditioning is where we convert the data to a data that usable to the controller. In this case, let's say the variable is temperature for this reactor. So the temperature must be converted to electrical, either it is current or voltage, before we could send it to the controller. Okay. For the controller normally a computer. So computer is a digital. Thus, this current or voltage value must be converted to digital, where it happens inside the controller, where you can do it in a data acquisition card that control from the end voltage or current value to the digital value of this controller. Right, so this is an element where we process inside the controller from analog to digital using bus. Okay, this we can use software to manipulate the data. For the output, this is what we call as actuators. For our example, the output will be in order to heat up this reactor, we need to use a steam to heat up this reactor, or a burner to heat up this reactor. So this steam is controlled by a valve, a control valve. This control valve is controlled by the controller, temperature controller or PLC or others, right? So what happens is the controller will get the feedback from the temperature controller, and the output will be current or voltage also to control the valve accordingly, right? So normally the output from the controller is whether it is voltage or current. So if you go back to the element, function element, so this also the actuators. So normally let's say from the controller, the control is in digital. The controller need to convert the data from digital to analog. This is what you call as a digital to analog converter, right? So then still we have to go through a signal conditioning, right? Why? Because example to the system just now. This valve is controlled using 3 to 15 psi pneumatic signal. But our controller, the output will be 4 to 20 current. So we need signal conditioning that can convert from current to pressure to control this valve. Okay, so that's why we also have signal conditioning on the output also. Okay, other example, other instrument is TI. So this TI is temperature indicator. This also is under instrumentation. A recorder where we can record the data of the sensors and compare it. SP is SP and PV, the current output sensors and the set points of the output. This is instrument, also under instrument. So this is example of sensors transmitter. This is the software that in the computer. Okay, thank you.